The NRLW is rapidly evolving and improving every year, and with that, we're going to see records tumble regularly, except the ones that Tamika Upton sets. Let me explain why.
Yeah! OldSkool Broncos! Yeah!
G'day legends, welcome back to the OldSkool Broncos Podcast. No fluff, no filter, just footy talk. Today we're going to look at why we're about to see a flood of NRLW records fall in the next decade, and why Tamika Uptons might be the ones that stand for decades, even in a competition evolving at lightning pace. And to really understand that, we need to look not just at the growth of the game, but how Upton's career has unfolded, from her early days in Brisbane to a starring role in Newcastle and back again as co-captain of the Broncos alongside Ali Brigginshaw. Right, let's start with some perspective. When the NRLW launched in 2018, there were only 4 teams. The season was so short, you could fit it in between a couple of spring weddings. Players were part-timers, working day jobs, training at night and travelling on weekends. It was a big step forward for the women's game, but it was far from full professional status. Now fast forward to today, 12 teams in the comp, a longer season and a proper final series. High performance academies for teenage girls, pathways running from grassroots footy all the way to state of origin and international level. And the athletes, they're bigger, faster, stronger, and they're getting there younger because they're being developed properly from the early teens. The rapid growth means one thing: the record books we have today will be unrecognisable in a decade. In most sports, when professionalism kicks in, the stats go crazy. Look at cricket after the T20 boom. Batting strike rates through the roof. The NRLW is in the same phase now. The next generation of players will come in fitter, faster and better prepared than the current ones. We're going to see tackle records smashed, metres gained records go through the roof, and try-scoring tallies climb higher and faster than we've seen before. That's the nature of a rapid evolution. The next wave overtakes the last. But every now and then, a record survives the tide. And that's when you get a Tamika Upton, a freak of nature in rugby league terms. She didn't just join a competition and make the most of raw, unorganised defences. She came in already playing a level above what the competition had seen. She's got the rare combination of pace, footwork, vision and game sense that makes it feel like she's 2 plays ahead of everyone else on the field. Think Billy Slater in his prime. Always in the right spot, turns half chances into certain points, makes defenders hesitate, and in that moment, she's gone. She started her NRLW career young and in her physical prime. That meant she got a head start on the try-scoring tally while the competition was still building its defensive systems. And here's the important bit. Even as the comp has gotten faster, stronger and tighter defensively, she's still scoring at an elite rate. When Upton first came into the NRLW with the Broncos, she joined a star-studded side stacked with rep players. And at the heart of that team was Ali Brigginshaw, the captain, the organiser and the face of the Broncos women's program. For a young fullback, that was both a blessing and a challenge. On one hand, she had the perfect mentor in Brigginshaw, a player who could create time and space like few others. On the other hand, she was always going to be seen as part of Brigginshaw's team, not the team's driving force. Even though Upton was already carving up opposition defences and scoring at will, the spotlight naturally fell on the captain. Then came the move to the Knights. At first glance, it looked like a standard player transfer, but it turned out to be the making of Upton's reputation. In Newcastle, she wasn't just a fullback. She was a strike weapon, the leader in attack, the player opposition coaches lost sleep over. She helped transform the Knights from a team trying to find their place into a premiership-winning powerhouse. She became the face of the club's success, winning titles and individual awards and proving she wasn't just one of the best in the NRLW, she was the best. This was where her try-scoring really became elite. She wasn't just finishing plays, she was creating them. And now she's back. This isn't the young gun in Brigginshaw's shadow anymore. This is the best player in the competition, returning to her original club as co-captain alongside the very player she once looked up to. That in itself tells you everything you need to know about how far she's come. She's not just the finisher now, she's the leader, the organiser and the player who can swing a game with one touch. And yes, she's still scoring tries for fun. And here's why her record could last decades. The NRLW's defensive systems are evolving fast. In the early seasons, there were gaps, mismatches, and moments of fatigue that players like Upton could exploit every week. Now, lines are tighter, markers are smarter, and the athleticism across the board is higher. Future stars might be just as talented, maybe even more so, but they'll be doing it in an era where scoring is harder. Upton's early head start combined with her freakish ability has set a benchmark that could be out of reach for years. Ken Irvine's 212 tries in the men's game has stood for more than 50 years. Plenty of great players have tried to get there, but no one's cracked it yet. Why? Because he had the perfect mix of talent, longevity, and an era where he could consistently rack up tries. And that's Upton right now. She's got the talent, she's got the longevity ahead of her, and she's already got the numbers ticking over in a way that future players will struggle to match once the game tightens even more. She plays another 5 or 6 years, which is realistic. Her final tally could become one of those mythical numbers future players talk about but never reach. The NRLW is evolving faster than any rugby league competition in history. This season is longer and the athletes are better. The coaching is sharper and the pathways are producing stars at a younger age. We're going to see records tumble regularly, but Upton's name can be written in pen for a while because generational talent doesn't come through that regularly. But what do you think? Are we going to see records tumble? Is Upton's praise founded? As always, let me know in the comments, and like, share and subscribe to keep these things going. That's it for today. This is the Old School Broncos Podcast. Let's go Broncos.